Okay, so that was quite the workout we just did.
Fascinating.
Yes, fascinating.
Challenging. Some of it new to me.
Yeah.
It's an honor.
Yeah.
Oh,
it is.
You've taught me a good few things today that I will put in my tool basket and take away back to my base.
Good. I'm glad. Whatever benefits the CAF. Whatever benefits the CAF, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I recently had the honor and privilege of training with and speaking to Master Warrant Officer Randy Dowden, Lancaster Squadron Superintendent at the Canadian Forces School of Aerospace Technology and Engineering at CFB Borden. Randy shares his experiences and opportunities that he's had with the CAF and shares an inspiring message for the next generation to come. Stretch along with us and be inspired.
So let's put one leg in front, and then what I want you to do is I really want you to feel the calves because we were just skipping there. So just lean forward and let your knee bend over your toes as much as possible, but don't let your heel come up. Yeah, just like that. Good. And then while we're here, I'll ask you why you decided to become a CAF member.
I have to put it in as short as I can because it can take hours.
Yeah, okay.
You know, it was by incident that I joined the CAF. You know, I've been in Toronto working for the private sector, municipal law enforcement, Ontario Housing Corporation, and this was back in '95. And then there were cuts and cuts across the government and subcontractors. So I was out of a job in '95.
Okay.
But I needed a job.
Okay.
So I thought, you know, let's venture out.
Yeah.
So I applied to the RCMP, the OPP, Metro Toronto Police, and the Canadian Armed Forces. And several weeks I got tested for all three divisions and was waiting, and I think it was 2 months in, I got a call from the CAF, you know, the recruitment center.
Yes.
Saying we'd like to invite you in. I remember saying, it's been months. And they said, well, you've been fortunate. Normally people wait 6 months to get a call from us. So fast forward, I went in and was accepted. So a bird in the hand is worth three in the bushes.
Right, yeah.
So, you know, this was '96, and I took off to boot camp Saint Jean.
Right.
You know, did my basic training. But in that time, you know, I had enlisted as an aviation technician.
Right.
You know.
And what drove you to go aviation technician? Were you good with, like, did you do anything like that before entering, or?
No, I was, you know, electronics and mechanics I was good at.
Right, okay.
You know? But I guess the aptitude CFAT test that we go through, that's engineered to kind of gear you into what's suited for you.
Right.
Told the recruiting center, this guy would be good for this job.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, I'm in.
Right.
You know. And I was off to boot camp, and then went to Borden as at the Canadian Forces School of Aerospace and Technology.
Yes.
CIFSATE. Did my initial training then. Off I was posted. So, you know, unlike a lot of people that have family in the military,
right,
or friends in the military that steer them,
right,
I didn't have that.
You didn't have a military family.
None. I knew nothing.
Right.
About the military. I didn't know about the elements.
Right.
Army, Air Force, Navy.
Yes.
I just thought I wanted to be in the Army.
Right.
And they had initially signed me up for RCR.
Okay.
I said, yeah, you look fit. You'll make a good soldier.
Right.
But when they visited my CFAT test, no, you're too smart. You're going to be in the Air Force.
Okay.
You know, I felt good, I guess.
Right.
You will get bored in the Army.
Okay.
You know, so I went off, and so fast forward, I went off to Greenwood, Nova Scotia, my first posting in '97.
Okay.
You know, worked on different aircrafts, and my career went on for the last 28 years now.
Right, 28 years. That's quite an accomplishment. Yes. And now you're the head of a squadron.
One of the superintendents over at the Canadian Forces School of Aerospace. It's where we teach all the new avionics technicians, AVN technicians, AWS, ACS. You know, and the area officers normally train there as well, the officer side. So it's a long way from Greenwood,
Right.
to Trenton,
But
to overseas, NATO.
yes. And speaking of that, NATO, and also you were called in as a specialist, like anywhere from Greenland all the way to Afghanistan and Dubai and everywhere in between.
Yes, I had I call it a privilege
Yes.
while serving the armed forces to have participated in these missions. You know, working at home above the Arctic Circle.
Right.
You know, we call it box stop Thule, where we have northern posts.
Right.
You know, to make sure that everything is safe there and Canada's region is safe.
Right.
And then after 9/11, we all went out to Afghanistan.
Yes.
So from 2001, you know, and throughout the next 20 years that follow. So I too got a chance to participate in those support operations out there.
Yes.
With Canada here, and when I spent 3 years with NATO operations in Germany. Went back to Afghanistan again, you know, in support of, of ISAF.
Yes.
You know, so it's all it's an experience you can't buy.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
and the travels. You know, in my 28 years, I said I've been to 58 countries around the world.
58
You
countries.
know,
Wow.
some business and some pleasure.
Right. Right.
You know, so
With every deployment, you'd get to vacation
to
afterwards,
vacation.
or
You know, you get some R&R.
R&R. Yeah. For
Rest
sure.
and relaxation.
Yes.
You know, and if you're a person that love to venture and see different countries, you know, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
You know,
The sky's the limit.
Yes.
And what exactly was your role when you were deploying, or when you were with NATO, or when you were with ISAF?
ISAF, which is International Security Assistance Forces.
Right.
So that's the operations out there.
Okay.
And of all the nations that participate with it.
Right. Okay.
Right. So with NATO, there's 16, 17 countries
Yes.
part of NATO.
Right.
The North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
Mm-hmm.
So we go there, and so myself, because I'm a AVN tech electrician,
Mm-hmm.
I participated as a crew chief
Okay.
on the aircraft. The tail design we use in NATO over there is the AWACS. So that's, if you know, you've seen it in movies. This plane with a big saucer like at the tail of it.
Yes. Okay.
You know, avionic stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Secret scroll stuff. So I was a crew chief over there.
Okay.
You know, supporting, doing my role as a Canadian
Okay.
amongst all the other nations.
Right.
You know, and it was truly an honor.
Yeah. You must have met a lot of different people from different countries, and I'm sure made lifelong
Yeah,
friends.
16 countries.
16 countries.
You know, so I returned from the operations. I returned to Canada in 2013 after 3 years, and I still remain in touch with people from Italy, in the Netherlands,
Netherlands.
in
Yeah.
Poland, in England.
Yes.
You know, so it's true, lifelong friends.
Yeah.
You know, because you know, the operations out there, you know, it's, you know, we say we work hard, we play hard. It's serious stuff.
Yeah.
Could be dangerous stuff.
Right.
You know, from time to time, you know, in the early days of Afghan, we've lost people.
Right.
Right. So it's for the ones that come back home and is able to talk about it.
Right. For sure.
It's, you know, for me as one, you know, I like, you know, I have little lectures and I share the experience with
Absolutely.
others, especially young ones that haven't been yet.
Right.
And
That's important.
Yeah, and even people who are not in the military. You know, I give them little, you know, share my experience with them and hope that they will join, because I consider myself a recruiter. You know?
Absolutely.
Every day I go out there and I talk to people. I'm always looking to recruit somebody.
Right. And have you been? Are you recruiting for specifically the Air Force, or you would have them do the test and then you would see kind of where they would fall best?
You know, I used to be part of an operation called, a program called Recruiter for a Day.
Okay.
It started about 20 years ago. Volunteers from across the bases, Army, Navy, Air Force. You go to the recruiting center, into malls and the schools, and,
Okay.
and you do, you represent your trade.
Yes, okay.
And you talk to people, young people,
Right.
whatever age, and
Yes.
you tell them what you do and hope that they will be enticed,
Yes.
motivated to join
Right.
the Canadian Forces. And we've seen it. I have managed to recruit a whole lot.
Yes.
I have, and I
That's
still
fantastic.
do. I'm always out there. And now that we're short, as you know,
Yes.
somewhere around 15,000 people, could be more.
Right.
I take it personal to go out there and always be talking about it.
Yes, for sure.
Let them know it's a good career.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
Yeah.
know, it's a steady career. It's a secure career.
Yeah,
And you can fulfill your dreams in the
absolutely.
Canadian Forces. It's
Yeah.
unlike any other organization or business out there. It's
Absolutely.
unique.
I've heard really good things. Someone very close to me deployed to Latvia last year, as I told you before, and they told me that the Canadian forces are one of the best organized, and they take care of their troops the best.
Yeah, and they're genuine in saying that.
Yeah.
Again, it's being one of the NATO countries. I've heard it from other nations that applaud the Canadian work ethics.
Yes.
How dedicated we are.
Right.
How unique we are. When I hear that, it's proud.
Yeah.
It makes you feel proud.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
I'm sure you've heard of the Naval Experience Program.
Yes.
It's a 1-year program to get recruits to come in, try every trade in the Navy over a
Yes.
course of a year, get on a ship and try different occupations. Is there anything like that in the Air Force or the Army that you know of? Like something where you join for a year, try it out and see where you would be best?
Because, over the decades, the Navy has always been the lead, and then there's certain programs they introduce, and the Army and the Air Force said, hey,
Oh,
that's nice.
Okay.
We should try that. And the Air Force is looking at that
is
closely.
looking. Okay.
See, we are looking at it. But our program is still, you sign up for 3 years.
For 3 years.
Right?
Okay.
And you go through there's no obligatory service.
Okay.
So members can come in, they can do the training at the technical institution there, so say, and at any time they can say, I've had enough. So
I see.
They can. Unlike other people who get paid education,
I see.
it's a little different, right?
Yes.
You may be held, liable,
Right.
to reimburse the government.
Of course,
the
yeah.
crown.
Yeah.
So with the ARV, they can leave at any time. It's our job now as leaders at the training institution to make sure that don't happen.
Right.
So, right. So we're going through just like the world is changing, the country's changing.
Yeah.
The Air Force and the way we do business is changing.
Yes.
Basic training is changing. The way we handle the new folks coming into the military, we have to adjust.
Correct. Yeah.
So you probably know about, you see the movies where everybody's just screaming at you from the day you walk in the door.
Right.
We can't be there's no need, there has never been a need for it.
Right. Okay.
And now we're enforcing it now.
Right, yeah.
Respect.
Right.
Goes
Respect. Yes.
both ways.
Absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
we may have a 17-year-old joining,
Yes.
but we may also have a 47-year-old joining.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
So
In the same basic training.
In the same basic training.
Right.
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 So we have to make sure, as I said, when these members come in, we have to show them that the choice they made was the right choice.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
We need you. The Canadian Forces need you.
Right.
And you have it in you to succeed.
Yes. For sure.
And so we have to look after each other, especially now that, again, mental health, that
Yeah.
has been a ripple effect. People are under stress and strain and fatigue. So we have to always be mindful of that across every day. We see it in the classes. we see it amongst the staff. You know, I myself at some point in time, you know, went through a slight dilemma. You know,
Okay.
COVID, lost my mom.
Oh, I'm
You know,
sorry.
injured both knees.
Oh my.
You know, I too thought, "Look, I'm over, I'm finished." You know,
Right.
I care, you know, because, you know, it's in us to be every day strong.
Yeah. Right.
You know, and when that
Oh, did we
happened, it hit me real hard. So I take it, you know, I always look at what I went through and I use it now as a metaphor, and you know, I use it to talk to other people. That's okay, you know. The young folks coming in, we know you're going to go through tough times.
Yes.
We have the Canadian Forces, we have the support elements. I'm a technician, I'm an electrician, I can teach you your trade, but when you have other physical and mental situation, help me recognize and let me know, and I will guide you in the support that you need.
Absolutely.
Because it's there.
Yeah.
You know, we're the Forces is doing a much better job than we are 20 years ago.
Yeah. Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
Was there throughout your career, did you ever have like a role model, or like what sort of, how would you describe your leadership style, and was it influenced by anybody?
No, I wouldn't, you know, I somewhat have a near vision, I think.
Yes.
You know, and I focus on people that are fresh and leaders and of different abilities, you know, from time to time. You know, but if I was to look back over the years, you know, you'll see me, I almost came today with it. You know, and I was inspired by Terry Fox, for example.
Yes. Okay.
You know, tenacity, you know, and what he'd been through.
Absolutely.
You know, so as I said, you know, both my knees were shattered a couple of years ago. And, you know, I used to wear his shirt, Terry Fox. He did it with one leg.
Yeah.
You still got both your legs, just
Right.
injured knees.
Right.
You'll be all right.
You'll be.
You know?
Yeah.
You'll be Mr. Platinum again.
Right.
You know, because that was shortly after my first platinum.
Okay.
You know.
So you had that motivation, like, I did it, I can do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it was early in 2020 when I got the first platinum, and then COVID set in, and there was no gym for months.
Months. Yeah.
And then I went back, and I saddled that 270-pound drag. And
Right.
I gave it everything. Both knees.
Oh, both knees. Geez.
Yeah. Physio and all sorts of stuff for like 8-9 months, and I thought I was over.
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah.
it hit me hard.
No kidding. Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Going back to leaders, you know, I set my eyes on not just one person. I think, you know, like some folks, they look at one person as their role model.
Yeah.
I've stuck to different people for different abilities. You
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
You know, as a colored
Inspire you in different
As
ways.
a brown, black, colored person myself, I look at certain leaders over the years. You know, Nelson Mandela, for
Yes.
example, for, you know, the role he laid for, examples he set for people, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so on. But again, coming back to a simple guy that is a nice role model was Terry Fox.
Yeah.
You know, and throughout my military years, you know, I can't remember their names, but sometimes I vividly remember their leadership styles.
Right.
And I try to emulate and replicate, mimic.
Right.
You know, because you meet different types of people over a career.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Great people, and I like to say not so great people.
Right.
To be nice and
To be
political.
diplomatic. Yeah, that's right.
Not so nice people.
You won't agree with everyone.
You won't. But as professionals,
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
respect them, and you say in your solitude, I won't be like that person.
Right.
Because that person is not so nice.
Right. Yeah. Right.
You know, so I emulate leaders that I see lead by example.
Yeah.
And so that's how I adjusted my leadership. You know, you know, I get complimented for my fitness in the military, and I don't force that on my subordinates.
Right.
I just do it and hope that they will say, look at this MWO. He's almost 60 years old. If he can do it, maybe I can too.
Well, yeah. Why not?
Yes.
Why not then? Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's what I do. They see me with the first platinum and the second platinum and the third and the fourth.
Yeah.
And I never go and have lectures and says, I want you to go to the gym.
Right.
No. I said, it's good to be healthy.
Yes.
You know, because being healthy helps you in different ways in your life.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, with your mental health, you know, with your sleep.
Yeah.
You know.
Helps you with overall discipline, I would say.
Discipline.
Yeah.
You know, you feel good.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I believe that I rub off on people around me.
Absolutely.
In
Yeah.
that sense. You
Yeah.
know, I get the feedback and I hear the whispers, and it makes me feel good.
Right.
You know, I can go to my solitude at night and lie back, and I felt like I have positively impacted someone around me.
Yeah.
Many others, many, not just one person. So it's a good feeling.
Yeah.
You know,
That's awesome.
you know, I enjoy my career,
Yes.
and so I always wish to share that with others. That's why I say I'm always a recruiter.
Yeah, of course.
You know, not directly, but subtle.
Yeah, you leave
You know,
little
I
hints.
sell the military to folks.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Because there was a time when I didn't have a job.
Right.
And I'm glad I made that path.
Yeah.
You know, it's a secure career. You know, you join, and the challenges there. You can satisfy your ambitions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, it's so endless. You know, from the enlisted world to the officer world, education at the Royal Military College.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just endless. You know, where you can do a career and then sit back and say, you've attained self-actualization.
Yes.
All you can be. You know, it never ends.
Right.
You know, and that is what's so rewarding about it.
Yeah.
You know, if you're bored, it's because you fail.
Right.
You know, you
fail to see the opportunity in front. Yeah.
They're all there.
Yeah.
You know, so you can probably hear the passion. And when I go on,
Oh, I hear the passion. I hear this whole time you've been with me. I feel the passion. Yeah.
You know,
it emanates from you for sure.
I tell the folks, you know, it's a career. It's a noble career. You would never be rich. I would, you know, but you wouldn't have bills if you manage your finances proper. But it's what you get, you know, that intrinsic reward.
Yeah.
You know, so I never stop talking about it. Join the Canadian Armed Forces.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, be all you can be. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I'll go through to, you know, for the next 6 years till 65. They'll have to escort me to the door and said, it's time to leave, Mr. Platinum.
Right.
You've now had how many? 9 platinums?
Right, 9 platinums. Yeah, exactly. Oh man.
And you know, because you're the professional in this field. I mean, there's no magic pill, like as I mentioned. It's just you want to do it. It's there. It doesn't cost nothing. You just go to the gym and run around.
Exactly.
You know, and pick up that bag up and down.
That's right.
And drag that thing back and forth.
That's right.
And you too will get platinum.
Exactly.
That's it.
Plain and simple.
It's straightforward.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
I do train, 8 weeks out.
Yeah.
So I don't hurt myself.
Right, exactly. Injury prevention is huge.
Yeah.
Get familiar with
Yeah.
the movements. Yeah.
You know, so I don't. It's like a professional fighter. You don't just get up one day and say, I'm gonna kick somebody's butt in the ring.
Right.
No, you have to train for it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
You know.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
platinum, same thing.
Yeah.
You know, if you're just happy with meeting standard and keeping your job, well, so be it.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't bash nobody for that.
No, exactly. Yeah. If it's not something that motivates, it's not an external motivator for them, then
no.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, I tell people I get paid.
Right.
to keep fit now.
Yeah, exactly. What? What?
I get paid to keep fit.
Right.
And you can't beat that.
No, you can't. You really can't.
You know, I mean, I mentioned, you know, when the recruiting officer explained to me, because I didn't know nothing about the military, and he was explaining about the PT and the gym part. I'm like, where do I sign?
Right.
I pay $1,500 a year at the, you know,
At the
Good
gym.
Life.
Yeah, Good Life, yeah.
And I get paid to go to the fit. I'm in.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't ask how much I'm getting paid. As long as I heard I was going to the gym,
Right.
I was in.
And to conclude all of this, what would be your message to the next generation of CAF member?
I can talk for hours, I think, you know.
Yeah.
You know, stay motivated. You know, whenever it was that you made your choice, whether it's 6 months ago, 6 years ago, 16, 26 years ago, you made the right choice. You know, stay motivated. Encourage others to join. You know, and don't and stay fit. I can cut it short.
Yeah.
Stay motivated, stay fit, and as me, get others to join the forces. We need them. The forces need them. Canada needs them. You know, and that's my short blip there. Instead of talking for hours,
Right.
I can go on. You know, I talk too much sometimes. They at work they said, never give Randy a microphone. You'll never get it back.
Well, it's a good message. I love listening to you talk. You have the perfect cadence. Like we were discussing before, you have a great disposition when you're talking. You take nice pauses to let people reflect on what you're saying. So I could listen to you talk for hours.
Nice.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
And this is going to be very inspirational for the next generation of CAF.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me.